So again, if you're a trader, thank you so much for being here. We're going to be talking about a few things about trading. So again, let us just have a little bit of a conversation, okay? If you have some time, you can sit around. If you are busy, you can come back for this lesson later on, okay? Thanks so much for being here. You understand? So the first thing that I can tell you, the major key to your great future is you. Meaning that for you to be able to live the lifestyle that you want to live, it is up to you. You understand? The major key to your great future is you. You understand? Meaning that for you to become better, it is about you. You understand? Nobody else is going to come and save you in this journey that you are in of trading. You understand? So now, some of us, we have come into trading. We have spent 6 months, 1 year, some of us even 2 years in trading. We have been doing the same thing again and again, but we don't see any progress, meaning that things are not changing. We are making money, at the same time we lose it. Sometimes we follow our rules, sometimes we don't, sometimes we do this, you understand? But again, it's almost like we are in a circle. You understand? Some days we are disciplined, some days we are not. You understand? Sometimes we get losses, we are having painful days. You understand? We force ourselves to be disciplined, but again, we don't see results. I believe you might be in this process. You understand? If you're in this process, I want you to listen to me. The truth of the matter is, trading is not easy. I want you to put that in your mind. Because if you put that in your mind that trading is not easy, you realize that again, there's something that you need to do. Now, if you have been doing some few things from last year or the other year, up to now you haven't seen progress yet, I suggest you change things that you have been doing. Meaning that you might be doing the same thing again and again and you're expecting a different result. Understand? It might not happen. So, I suggest you change and do something better. You know, my mentor once told me that, Top, if you want things to change, you have to change. You understand? That's what my mentor told me. Now I'm telling you the same thing right now. If you want things to change, you have to change. Okay? I repeat, if you want things to change, you have to change. Okay? Meaning that if you want things to get better, you have to get better. Some of us, we have been doing the same thing again and again and again, and we are expecting different results. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Believe me, it doesn't work. It doesn't. So if you have been doing something again and again and you're not seeing any results, I suggest you change what you have been doing. You understand? So now, the market as the market is not going anywhere. Before I suggest, I think before you were born, the market was there. If you are less, if the market has always been there, you're going to die. The market is still gonna be here. Now I want to ask you one thing: what is the rush? Why are you rushing to use big lot size because you want to make it today? Why are you rushing to do things yet you haven't learned what works and what doesn't work yet? Why are you trying to rush the process? You know the truth of the matter is, if you go down and sit down and look for what works and what doesn't work, and you spend time in that phase whereby you are not making money, you are just looking for what works and what doesn't work, that phase is a little bit painful, actually far very painful, but there's a lot that you can gain in that phase, to a point whereby you can start learning to get something called a repeatable process. Meaning that you learn what works and what doesn't work. So, the thing is, can you go down and at least ask yourself that again, what am I doing that is not right? Because probably if you are doing, up to now, if you are doing whatever that you are doing and you're not seeing results, there's a possibility that there's something that you're doing that are not right. And I think if you change what you have been doing, your results might change. They might get more worse, or they might get better. You understand? So now, the year has just begun. We're in April. Why don't you sacrifice the remaining months of the year to go and learn what works? I know it's very, very painful to say, you know what, if I go and learn what works, it means that I can't make money. You have been trying to make money all this time. If I have asked you how much do you have in your account that you have made from trading, maybe you have none. You have been losing consistently. So now clearly, you have learned that again, you haven't been making any money. The thing is, it's very, very hard to admit that you do not know exactly what works and what doesn't work. Because again, as human beings, we have something called an ego in us. Your ego is telling you, you know what, I can't sacrifice 6 months to go and learn. Other people are going to be making money. I'm going to be behind. That's a lie. I'm telling you, if you go and learn what works, by the time you come back, you'll be far, far better, more than 90% traders who are still gambling and they don't know what's going on. So what does that really mean? You know exactly what you want. You want to make your family better. You want to change the life of your family. You want to get better. I know it's possible that the lifestyle that you're living in right now, you don't like it. You understand? You don't like the car you're driving. You don't like the house that you're living in. Even the country that you're living in, maybe you don't like it. You might even be with a woman or a boyfriend that you don't really like. You are with them because of situation. I get it. But there is something in you that is burning you, that is telling you that there is more for you. You understand? I used to feel the same way. I used to feel like, you know what, there's more for me ahead. Understand? Now I'm asking you one thing. Why don't you sit down, sacrifice the few next months to go and learn what works and what doesn't work, so that when you come back, you already will be having confidence in what you are doing. You'll be having confidence in what you are doing. You will be doing things that have proof that these things really work. Because clearly, I believe you must be tired of gambling up to now. I know what you are doing, you might not call it gambling. But all I can tell you, in trading, it only takes a click of a mouse button to get a winning trade, meaning that any person can get a winning trade. The fact that you can get a winning trade, it doesn't mean that you know exactly what works and what doesn't work. You understand? So now what I'm asking you is this. Why don't you go down and sacrifice the next few months, not to make money, but to look for what works in the market and what doesn't work? Meaning that you're going to sacrifice some little bit of money, buy a pro farm or use your live account, but you're going to be using the smallest lot size, 0.01. You are not trying to make money. You're going to go and learn what works. Because if you're not trying to make money, it means you won't do anything that is being driven by fear. Meaning that your perception is going to be good. You will be able to see whatever that you need to see in front of the charts. At that point, you will build whatever that you need to build. You understand? You will build your strategy, and then you will start doing good. So now the thing is, can you do what is necessary? Believe me or not, if you do what you're supposed to be doing, your future you will thank you. Your future you will thank you for sacrificing the few months, going back and learning. Because believe me, I believe you are tired of making money as you lose it. You know how to make money, but you do not know how to keep it. The reason why you can't keep the money is because you do not know what exactly doesn't work. So the market ended up taking your money in things or in the setups that don't work. So now, as I end this video, if you are finishing this video up to now, it really proves that, again, you really know what you want in life. All I'm asking you, calm down, go and look for what works. Start risking the money that is not painful, the money that doesn't call your emotions. Look for what works and what doesn't work. If a trade works, you won't celebrate. If it doesn't work, you'll even ask yourself, why didn't it work? Learn from the trade that worked, learn from the trade that didn't work. The trade that worked, were they lucky trades or they are good trades? The trade that didn't work, are they good trades that didn't just work, or they are bad trades? As you keep on filtering these trades as time goes by, you will have a proven, repeatable process. In that way, when you start using real money or big money, you will know exactly what works and you will have confidence in what you are doing. That is how traders become millionaires. I suggest you do that. You understand? If you have reached this video, consider liking the video, maybe commenting your thought, and also sharing with your friend. Thank you so much.